News. I'm Marilisa Cuas here with the local news for you. In 5 minutes, I will be talking about the head of state, Jose Eduardo dos Santos, who denied charges that he has money deposited in foreign banks. But first, let's get into the sports with Courtney Dart.
Thank you. We are live here in Central Africa, and the biggest event just ended a few minutes ago. The soccer game in Algeria versus Central Africa was said to be the most watched game here, but that's no surprise since the favorite sport is soccer. The game ended with the score of 2 of Central Africa and 0 Algeria. The fans and team is extremely excited because it has led them to be in the 2012 African Cup of Nations qualification. Also has put them to the top of the qualification ranks. Let's go ask a few fans and teammates how they feel about the game. Here's a fan now. So tell me how you feel about the win tonight.
I'm really excited because we can finally show other African countries that we can play soccer and that we're the best in Africa.
Here's a teammate from the opposing team. How do you feel about giving up a loss tonight?
It actually feels terrible because we were in it, but when they scored the 2 goals, we just gave up. By the end, we couldn't come back.
Well, you can imagine the excitement from everyone and the terrible loss from the other team. Now back to you in the studio.
So, this is the history segment of Central Africa. The French occupied Central Africa in 1894. In 1910, it was joined with Gabon, the Middle Congo. A rebellion in 1946 forced the French to allow self-government. On August 13, 1960, the President David Dabako proclaimed independence. The trial of Jean-Pierre Bemba, who was a former vice president of Congo, sent Central Africa in a rage for civil rights. He is being charged with ordering his militia to commit crimes against humanity, including rape, murder, and torture. He was a bad man. Now for Janelle Moreno Cuevas with the business news.
Hi Lisa, I'm Janelle Moreno Cuevas with business news. An IMF mission that had been working on visiting Yaoundé Thursday issued a serious warning. The delegation, which was spearheaded by Mauro Megani, had been touring Cameroon from March 16th to March 31st to provide consultation advice under the IMF Article 5 for the year 2011. The IMF provides yearly consultations through its experts. By this way of contact, which are called Article 5 consultations, the IMF tries to look into each country's financial health to determine their problems prematurely and offer solutions before they turn serious. The fund also takes care of the activities of the IMF Institute, an organization that educates delegates from member nations in microeconomic analysis and setting of policies. During the visit, IMF officials had an audience with the Cameroonian ministers of finance, economy planning, and regional planning. The Prime Minister, as well as top missions, also had sessions with the Governor and National Director of the Bank of Central African States, BEAC. The private sector and the diplomats, delegates from unions and civil society organizations, as well as economic and financial developments in the world. Their impact in 2011 Cameroon is being consolidated on a border basis in most areas. After the impact of the global financial crisis of 2008-2009, said McKinsey, Cameroon World Bank IMF spring meeting, he said the forecasting economic growth rate was around 3.2% in 2011, which was relatively higher than 2009. Authorities had been offering two sectors that split out trouble and out increased global demand for products that were being exported by Cameroon. I am here with Samantha, an IMF worker. And how do you feel about the new IMF mission?
I think it's going to be very good for economy and
that the mission might fail?
Anything is possible when you're dealing with other countries, but I think they will see this as a great opportunity for themselves as well.
And do you think that the economy will continue to grow after this mission?
Yes, little by little, it will continue to increase, just as you said, with the growth from 2009 to 2000. And now Kaylin Kiss with the weather.
Kaylin Kiss with the weather today. Here in the capital of the Republic of Congo, it is a high 91 degrees and will dip as low as 72 degrees tonight. The current temperature in Brazzaville is 75 degrees and partly cloudy. Pretty much throughout the Republic of Congo, it is as high as 90 and as low as 74 degrees with scattered thunderstorms. Mandinko Cay is experiencing thunder as of right now. It is 79 degrees, but with the humidity, it feels like 83 degrees. Pointe Noir's current temperature is 79 degrees, partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms continuing through the night. As of tomorrow, the temperatures will be as high as 88 and as low as 76, with thunderstorms in the morning, with the winds from the southeast at 10 miles per hour. But at the night, they will come from the same direction, but only at 6 miles per hour. Looks like throughout the week, there will only be a 40% chance of rain. Now, let's go to the streets to see how this weather is affecting our citizens. How does the weather affect your farming?
Well, it doesn't really affect it unless from the months of May to October, because all the torrential downpour just destroys all my crops.
Does it affect the growing of the cocoa plant?
Well, not really, because all the rain, it just helps my plant to stay hydrated.
Are you predicting a lot of rain for the rest of the month of April?
Well, yes I am. At least 20 minutes a day. And starting next month from May to October, pretty much rain every single day. All day, at least 5 times a week.
Now back to Marlisa.
Thanks, Kaylin. I have to remember to bring my umbrella to work this week. In top news, Jose Eduardo dos Santos, the Angolan head of state, denied charges in the deposited money in foreign banks. At the ruling MPLA party, Jose challenged those who released the information to find the truth. On the internet, someone posted news that the president of Angola has a fortune of $20 billion aboard, said the president of Angola. The head of the state is saying the person who said this should also mention the names of the banks in the National Bank of Angola so that they can find the truth. Hi guys, welcome Hashikiki. Now, in your opinion, do you think Jose is guilty or innocent?
I think Jose is innocent because if he was guilty, he wouldn't be giving us ideas, and such as checking the names of the national.
If Mr. Eduardo was guilty, what would you say his penalty should be?
In all respects, I think he should resign from his authority out of respect for his country.
Now for Kayla Burgos with the pop culture.
Thanks, Marisa. Cameroon's Estrella is going to be featured in Limbe at a garden party hosted by Cameroon's Ministry of Tourism near the popular Limbe Botanical Gardens. We shall be treated to an outstanding fashion show by Estrella, one of Cameroon's top designers. We made sure to renew our friendship with this talented lady on a return visit several years later, and added to our achievement of African fashion photography. Estrella is the first of several Cameroonian fashion designers in my recommended list.
So, Adrian, what's new in fashion trends this summer?
Fashions of the designer Estrella of Cameroon are the latest and greatest this summer. Her latest designs include the loud prints and slim silhouettes, the long white skirt. It's the latest fashion trend in Central Africa.
What are some new popular trends in Central Africa?
Like floral prints and the long dresses. Some other popular trends are healing food. The new popular craze is adding more vegetables to our diet. This is better because of the environment. Growing more vegetables will help our soil's fertility. Therefore, the economy will be directly affected.
So, what kind of music is really popular?
Well, I would have to say that since Central Africa is the influence of most African music, there shall be new and popular music. Central Africa is now very active within the genre of Congo Rumba and the Makossa of the Cameroon, or the fairly recent modernized Beni music of the Bakusa, Cameroon. We are still seeing the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Cameroon, the powerhouses of the music industry in our area.